What's up, weirdos?
What is that?
Beef jerky.
Oh God.
I don't like. You know what I'm a big fan of in beef jerky? You ever
What?
have the ones that you go to a gas station and like, not your average gas station, something that's a little more scary with like a different name like Mr. Gas or something. And they have a beef jerky section, straight, and all the cabinets are clear. They got the little scoops, like the bags for them.
And it's all like local made
all local shit, or something like have like someone wrote like on with a Sharpie like saying this is what this is. Those are the best though. This is, I mean,
shit. You get a little fucking chemical
this is
packet
more
in there.
this bag's a little more mainstream.
You get a little
commercialized
chemical packet in there. Keep
Well,
fresh.
yeah, I think this is one of the commercial ones. This is ones you see at like all your major stores and shopping centers.
This is not an advertisement.
Well, yeah, I don't think I've said any. I don't think I've said any name brands really. Have I? I don't.
Say
haven't.
it. What is it?
I don't. That's what I've been avoiding. I just been saying like
Jack Links.
Jack Links.
What's that the one with the Sasquatch?
Yeah, but they're making this one like an independent one. The ones you get like at the gas stations. But
it's still
it's
name
just
brand.
it's just in disguise. They put a date on at the top because it says 1885. It makes it feel like it's been, it's been passed down from generations. Probably in Wall Street it has, but who knows?
Can I try this? I'm afraid I'm gonna choke on it if I try this. Is it juicy?
No, it's more juicy than I like it. Like I kind of like a more of a crispier, like gamier taste. This kind of is I don't mind it. So they got my eye though. I had no idea it was Jack Links until I took it out of the store. And so you know what? I got it. I didn't even read it. It just looked like it. So.
Is this stuff healthy for you?
I think it's it's high in sodium, I believe. It's high in probably a bunch of things. If you ate it a bunch, it probably wouldn't be good for you. But I think on the run, it's not bad because it's got a decent amount of protein. Yeah, it's got a lot of sodium. Not a lot of fat. But I don't know. I don't know if this is like processed or not. I don't know.
That's definitely processed.
Yeah. There's a belt on TV.
What the fuck are we watching?
How to theoretically turn a sphere inside out.
This is amazing looking right now.
I think they was like breaking it down. They were starting with they did the whole thing. They did the whole sequence, and now they're kind of they had this like theory about a rubber band, about how that's kind of like a part of a circle, and how they manipulated that. And then once you see that, you pretty much just do it as a whole because it's just a really kind of like simulated a bunch of sliver of rubber bands the way they're teaching it.
That's crazy.
It takes a while though. Because, well, we don't have the sound going. There's usually a guy and girl talking about why things are happening the way they are.
Yeah, I feel like I'm just like watching like an old Windows screensaver right now.
Yeah. It pretty much is. You click, preferences.
You remember doing that shit?
Yeah. Isn't it weird now how, like back then, like your screensavers were, like no matter what, you had no choice but to kind of, you were limited with the screensavers you had. Like I think you could type in certain things to make the letters kind of dance across the screen, but that's the only thing that you could customize. But nowadays you can.
I remember when that
download
shit
them
was revolutionary.
What?
That shit was revolutionary.
What?
When you could type words into the screensaver.
Yeah, everyone, like, I remember that's all I saw at school. All the school screensavers
Bouncing
were
around.
always, like, bouncing around, had some kind of name, or, like, the classroom or something. But it was revolutionary.
Someone would figure out how to say suck a dick or something like that, and then the fucking teacher would get in trouble.
They were for a while, and then You would see them in like FedEx, like Kinkos and stuff. Like, oh, they're using some old computers to just print their stuff. And after that, I haven't seen those for a while. I don't know. When's the last time you saw dancing letters on the screen like that?
I don't know. This is the closest it's gotten to in a while.
Yeah.
Remember the one with all the pipes?
Oh yeah, the pipes.
Those
Those are
were
Windows
colors.
95 or Windows 98 or something.
Roller Coaster Tycoon 2.
Yeah.
That's where it's at.
Yeah.
That was where it
I
was
like
at.
that.
Roller Coaster Tycoon 2.
Floppy disks. Saving those games on floppy disks. And they would always load. That's the weird thing. You think something like that, like,
Can I have some
like
of
you,
this?
you look, yeah, there you go. But like looking back like that, you think of a floppy disk, like holy shit, that's, you know, it doesn't seem very stable. Well, they would always say I never really had a problem with them. I mean, I guess sometimes they would act
Hey,
kind
your
of
fucking
weird,
CDs would get scratched.
but yeah. Nowadays,
Dude, I remember
the day,
like the day when like I would get the little fucking catalogs in the mail, and you would fucking check off what CDs you wanted to order, like what music albums you wanted to order, and
Yeah.
like mail it in, and then they would process it and then mail you a box back. And I got
Yeah.
to do it like my dad bought me a subscription. I got to do like pick like 5 or 10 CDs every month.
really.
Yeah, it was like fucking amazing. I got to do that for like a year.
I didn't know about
That's
that.
how I found out about Weird Al. I just
Really?
found out, like, I saw Weird Al and I saw the image of the Bad Hair Day.
Yeah.
And I was
That's
like,
how
I'm
you
going
found
to
out
order
about
that.
it.
And then I got it and I remember listening to it, like, the whole track, like, all the tracks. A lot of the Blink 182 fucking CDs and shit.
I never knew about that. It's the first time I hear about that.
Yeah.
That sounds interesting.
Now you just
Or-
type it into YouTube.
Well, like, I remember there was a few times where there would be like a really cool ass prize on the back of a cereal box, but you had to send away. You gotta send the
Collect
you gotta
the
send
box
the money.
tops.
Yeah, you gotta send the money with it,
Yeah.
and then the say, you know, pretty check off and sign what you want, and they'd send it back.
Ice Pops in the summer.
Ice pops in the summer.
Those are the fucking best.
Yeah.
You would design No Limits roller coasters like a son of a bitch.
Yeah.
You'd be at that shit for
I
hours.
won't. For the longest time.
And
I
that was a
really-
lot of creativity there.
Yeah. Well,
That was a cool creative outlet, I felt like. I never
Like-
noticed it then until, like, looking back on it.
like looking back on it, like that was the beginning of when I really said like I want to kind of like mix creativity with something that's like I don't know. Like I went far because I remember I tried to go for like engineering for a little bit because I really wanted to be a roller coaster designer. Like
That's
I
crazy.
really
I didn't
deep
know
down
that.
I
I didn't
really
know that.
wanted to be. Like I applied for a few schools for engineering and Rowan had a good engineering program, but.
That's crazy.
But somewhere along the line, I don't know. Like I wish I still did pursue it. I know I had it in me, but I don't know.
You can always go
Something-
back to it.
Yeah, well, I honestly that's the thing I've been thinking about lately. Where if I had, you know, like in a way, like if I had the time and the money, because
Yeah.
I know it's really expensive and all that, and I feel, you know, and I can't really. I mean, I don't know if I can get a loan, or I'm not sure if I'm even qualified for a loan. I have no idea. I had to see, but if I were to go back to school, like it would probably be with something along those lines of, you know, kind of like a engineering field, or not only that, just like I don't know. It's kind of like I kind of always wanted to go down the line of figuring something out like that. I don't know. That's what.
That's
what
awesome.
like. I don't know. I wish. Like, I guess I don't know. Things happen differently, but
You never know. This is
Yeah.
making me want chocolate.
yeah. It is Vsauce.
Oh, shit.
He's got some new videos out,
Does he really? I haven't
Yeah.
seen any of his
and they're
new
pretty.
stuff.
He's got some interesting ones out.
We'll have to watch some of this later, maybe.
Yeah. He I had YouTube Red for a while, just because he had a show on there, because he had that.
Was that the Mine
minefield?
one?
Minefield.
How
yeah.
was that show?
It was pretty much like Vsauce, but like I guess the depth of experimentation
Yeah.
And like not just production value. There's a big production value difference because they're using like camera cranes and stuff, and just the settings are different.
What,
how it's set
really?
up. It was like it
Really,
was almost
really
like
using
watching a
camera
science. Yeah,
That's cool.
it was almost more like watching a science show rather than you can tell the difference between a YouTube. I mean, his stuff's done. I like his stuff. Like it's really well explained and stuff.
Yeah.
And really, well done. Like it's easy to kind of look at visuals and everything.
Yeah.
Like I really like it. But this was like watching something on the Discovery Channel-esque kind of thing, where
That's
it's like
cool.
a science show per
Like
se.
a documentary kind of style.
Yeah, because they went, in a way, it went outside the studio and kind of had. It was more like there was like some things on psychology, so they were doing like some actual tests, some like real life tests, like experiments and stuff like that, which were pretty cool. That you couldn't see that.
Well, he
was a
like
little different.
he like was desolated, right? He was like alone for a while, right?
Oh yeah, in one of the episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it was like that kind of stuff where it was like a production, like they
Yeah.
did some like. Real, like not that he's not doing real stuff here. Like I don't even what would you qualify it as? Like they just had, I guess, bigger like it had a large group of experiments, with more people. I guess.
Yeah, it's crazy. And it all started from YouTube,
Yeah.
which is insane.
Yeah.
Those fucking things are spicy. It's catching up to me a little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit of spice to a little bit of heat.
Did you ever think YouTube was gonna get this big?
No, not at all.
You ever thought that?
No. Did
I
you?
remember. No.
There
I
was a
remember the
moment when I started to realize it,
Yeah, but
Like-
it was always.
but then like I don't know. I just never foresee it like going this way. It's
You-
almost like most kids nowadays. This is the only thing they
Like,
watch.
this is TV.
Now they're like this is TV, and now they're watching movies on it too and shit like
Yeah.
that.
Remember when the internet first started? They'd get like really, like videos that were like kind of like, well, not risky, but like like some weird videos. Like you'd have to go to like separate websites that were like
Yeah.
E-Bombs World. Remember like E-Bombs World?
Yeah.
And nowadays everything's kind of just based off of YouTube and a few other sites that allow like content like that.
It's strange. Like it's so weird.
Yeah.
People
remember-
make millions of dollars off of doing videos that they started doing for free.
Yeah.
Didn't think they were gonna do anything with it.
I remember the first time I heard YouTube. Like, I think someone posted from school because someone was doing something to a teacher, and they posted it on the internet, and it was on YouTube.
Oh shit! Really?
That was like 2006. I think that was the first year YouTube operated.
God, that doesn't seem like that long ago to me, but it was.
Yeah, it's weird. It kind of just popped up in a weird, like Google and YouTube and how everything's all connected is like recent as hell. I feel, or maybe it's not, or maybe I've just kind of been used to it. Like I remember
It's kind of
before
old
that,
now.
like, you can go on your phone and everything's connected with social media and the emails and everything. Before it was kind of like a separate entity.
Dude, when I was
You had a
like
desktop.
when I was like 13, I would have never realized everything that was on my big ass computer desktop
It's gonna be on a phone.
was gonna be in my pocket.
Yeah,
Would have never fucking
it's
thought that.
intense.
Not even from a laptop. When using my laptop, I would have never thought that shit would have been on a piece of glass
Yeah.
in my fucking pocket.
In a way,
It's crazy.
Like, does that like make us like more than humans in a way? Like, are we like the first generation that has like instant? Because it's almost like an instant reflex access to have information.
Yeah, well, I
palm
mean,
of
think
hand.
about it,
It's
like,
a different.
When like
Like-
our parents would have like if they wanted to know something, they'd have to like fucking
read
drive to
something
the
analog.
library.
Analog. It was all
drive to the
analog.
library, go fucking check out the book,
Yeah.
go back read
Or
it.
like memorization was a somewhat of a larger aspect. than
Memorization,
well.
yeah. People, I feel like people don't remember for
Like
shit
especially
nowadays.
especially with numbers and
Yeah, I mean,
even,
why
like,
would you have to memorize it?
directions.
You can just literally Google anything.
yeah, like directions even. Like imagine being at a gas station like 1960. You have no idea where you're driving. Like I got to get to someone's house. You know, I've never been to this person's house before. There's a lot of people around. What the fuck do you do? Like, and it's just like, hey guys, do you know where so and so lane is?
Yeah.
Oh, by the neighborhood. It's just
or you pull out the fucking big ass map, the fucking world map,
sure, yeah,
and you try to fucking
the maps.
zoom in on where you're fucking at with these little lines.
We weren't.
There's abbreviated roads and shit.
Yeah.
You're just like drawing it out. I remember my dad would lay out when we were going on a fucking family vacation. He'd have the whole fucking kitchen table with maps, and they just all be drawn out, like a big one, a medium sized one, zooming in on the trip, like going in, like, and just like detailed. He fucking worked on that shit for days.
It was like the.
It's like planning a fucking war.
Chevy Chase like the map.
But he was like planning out a fucking war. He had the Risk game out.
I remember my dad doing maps too, like in the car. Remember fucking Dodge minivans. Did you ever Dodge? Did you ever get involved with a Dodge minivan?
Yeah, with you.
Oh yeah, with me.
That's my only ever experience with one.
Like, I feel like I had that. I had it for like 15 years. That blue ass van.
You started driving that shit around one day.
Yeah.
And I'll be riding with it. Remember, like that was like weird. We were like, you were driving what we had like grown up in. Yeah. Parents driving us places.
Yeah.
So weird.
But like I would always remember the map coming out from the front seat, and just, and just.
Now you don't need the fucking.
Yeah.
You just have a fucking computer tell you.
Nowadays, you know what I like to do, like before I go on a trip, where like
you should do a map out.
Yeah, I kind of do that on my phone, where like I zoom out, I go to the place and kind of look at roads around there. You know, like kind of what I'm getting myself into, what main roads lead.
We should take a trip
roads.
one day and just do it all by maps.
Yeah, we should. Like lose the phone.
Yeah,
lose the phone. Just get out there and just like.
Dude, we'd be like 2.5 hours in. We'd be like, just fucking pull it up on the phone. I can't figure out where we're at.
We crossed the goddamn state line. What state? I don't know.
Just turn the fucking GPS on. You just like. Like you're like there 6.5 hours. God damn it! We were supposed to be there 3 hours ago.
The GPSs look like those old GPSs.
Oh my god!
That look like a
dude. I once took an old GPS. I took my old GPS and fucking smashed it on my fucking shifter. Like that shit, I was so lost. That fucking thing got me so lost and wouldn't work. I just took it. I was like, fucking son of a fucking.
And that didn't predict traffic either. That would make you frustrated because it would always take you. It would try to take you the fastest way, but the fastest way had the most traffic all the time. It's like fuck. I can't tell. Like what's like?
Can the aliens in the fucking sky beam out the traffic for us?
Because you go down a different road. It's like
we got
turn
Google.
Left. It's like turn left onto 40. Like I was just off. We're trying to get off 40.
It's telling you to get off on a one-way street around Philly. It's like telling you to turn down the one-way streets and shit.
Like insists you have to stay on the road. It first mapped it out. Like I can't think. It was just
so miserable.
I'm glad those fucking things are. I'd rather use a map. We should have just used a map at that point when you think about it.
Yeah,
that was intense when they first came out.
I got so fucking. Those things would take me to so many dead ends and just drop me off there. Like you've reached your. I was supposed to be going to a mall and I'm going down a neighborhood. That's a little dead end. And I'm just like the whole way in the neighborhood. I'm like, this fucking thing's fucking with me. This fucking thing's fucking with me today.
And you click a similar city and it's like 30 minutes away. Fuck, that's where it's supposed to be.
Dude, my fucking iPhone did that to me the other day though.
Oh really?
The other day I fucking. No, the GPS in my car. The new GPS in the car. And it was like, I fucking put in the address to that fucking movie place I wanted to go to.
Yeah.
And it fucking was like 26 minutes away. I put in the address from my phone. Put it in there. And then I drove, followed it for like 30 minutes, and I got there and I was in a fucking neighborhood. I was like, what the fuck? I'm like, what the fuck is this thing telling me? So I pulled into a Walmart, pulled out my phone, and put in the same fucking address, and it says I'm 26 minutes away from my destination.
Oh my god.
I got so fucking pissed off.
Oh my god.
And then we got there and you rushed me out.
Oh, was that? You gotta go back.
You're like, enough with that already.
We gotta go back there.
That was a fun looking place.
Yeah.
There was a lot of books I wanted to get into there.
Yeah.
Check out some cool old novels or something like that.
Yeah. Or just I didn't even look at all the categories.
No, there was
no
a
idea.
fucking ton.
A ton of categories.
Ones I've never even thought of before.
What was the place called? It was Mark's.
McKay's.
McKay's
Movies and Music.
Yeah. And Nash. It's still considered Nashville,
Nashville,
right?
Tennessee. Right here in the South.
Well,
what do you want to talk about?
Well, we were.
Why don't you talk about Egypt a little bit, Rob?
We were talking about Egypt.
Just tell me a little bit about Egypt.
When I was saying I think I was saying like I think I was thinking like just not I guess on the topic of Egypt.
I walk into work today and you're fucking looking up.
Oh, yeah, there's Google Earth Pro, and why not look at the Egypt plain right there, the Giza, what's it, plateau, the Giza plateau. You can zoom in. You're like, look, it's right on top, right on top of there.
I'm standing there. Why go there and see it in person? I could see it right here from my screen.
Yeah. I tried to zoom in on the Sphinx a little bit. It was like really there. Isn't that weird?
I was bored today. I zoomed in some of the areas that I visited in Italy.
Yeah.
I was just like walking around. I was like, yep, I was like walking there.
Huh.
And I was just following streets and shit on Google Maps. It was kind of fun. Help pass the time a little bit.
No, like I was thinking earlier. Well, speaking of Egypt,
yeah,
like I was thinking about, for some reason I was in the kitchen and I was thinking about large rocks, because I think where I was at work today and it was like there was a rock and I was like, it looked pretty heavy. It felt really heavy.
Yeah.
You know, it was about the size of like probably like a pig or something. It was a really heavy and dense rock, and then I looked in the water and there's more heavy and dense rocks and everything. And then there was like, oddly enough, right over there was like a piece of pumice, like floating.
Yeah.
I think sometimes they use them for like barbecue or I don't know. And I was like, that's kind of like a rock too, but it's floating.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, you know what? If you had a big pool, like if you had some way to strap a whole bunch of I guess, flotation devices to a big rock, huge rock. You know, could you lift like a really heavy could you lift a rock with flotation devices that couldn't be done with any kind of crane or any kind of device we have, something that's like can't be lifted because it's so heavy? Could you do that with water and flotation devices?
I guess, yeah.
Because then, if you're using that,
boat.
Yeah, because then you can mess with the buoyancy.
Yeah.
You can make that thing float. And I wonder if there's less force exerted to make that huge block of stone move. So in a way, you can kind of build a city underground with large rocks if you know how to mess with buoyancy and flotation devices.
Huh.
And then and let the water go out when it's done, when you're done building it, basically. And then you have a then you pretty much have these large blocks that were piled on top of each other. Like I was just thinking, crazy. Like in a way, like I wasn't even thinking about Egypt. I was just thinking about building like imagine if you build a house, like a large. Imagine if you build. Huh?
Do you mind if I look at something?
No, go ahead, look at something. No, like I was thinking about building a house. Like imagine if you had like a large pool of water, you know, and it was like flooded. You know, it's been like 10, 12 feet or something like that. But then you have like large rocks, like large stones that you couldn't really either lift with a crane, but you're using flotation devices.
Huh.
And then you're messing with the buoyancy, because then you can build. I don't know. I just thought it was possible in a weird way. Weird. Like it's probably not that simple, but I don't know.
Well, if you liked hanging out with us, guys, follow us at the Weirdness Pod at Instagram and Twitter, and follow us on YouTube
at the Weirdness Pod.
At
the Weirdness Pod.
I
Stay weird.
stay weird out there. We'll see you later, guys.
See you later.
Bye-bye.